Hi, I'm Kevin from the Creative Strategy team. In this video, I'm going to share some tips with you on how to use Pinterest to drive engagement for your business. Before we dive in, let's take a little refresher on how Pinterest works. Pinners take a journey when they use Pinterest. First, they discover an idea for something they want to do, whether it's dinner recipes, family vacations, even pet adoptions. Next, they consider different options, and then finally, they eventually do it. And while pins should always be helpful, beautiful, and actionable, there are certain things you can do to cater your pins to the right people at the right time. If your goal is to drive engagement, then you'll want to focus on the consideration part of that pinner journey. When pinners are thinking, maybe I could, or when they're narrowing down their options. The key to increasing repins and close-ups on Pinterest is to get pinners to stop and consider your idea. You need them to go from just looking to saying, maybe I could do that. And to do that, you have to make them feel like your idea is achievable. Take this pin, for example. It's packed with detailed information that helps pinners narrow down important pet traits. Info-rich pins like this tend to get repins because pinners like to save them for future reference. There are a few different ways you can add more information to a pin. Images with more detail, like infographics, visual lists, or multiple products, for example, tend to be more engaging. Featuring your product in a realistic setting, like a lamp in a living room, can also work well. But if it isn't clear from the image alone what a pin is about or what idea the pin represents, you might want to add a text overlay to give it more context. Pinterest is organized into columns, so vertical pins are going to take up more space in the feed and they're more likely to get noticed, particularly on mobile devices where most people use Pinterest. Now, when you get to your descriptions, you want to make them inspirational and useful. They should mention the most compelling aspects of the idea, as well as any details that are going to help somebody realize that this pin is for them. One great way to drive engagement is to give people a list. People love saving pins with lists because they're jam-packed with details and info that they can keep handy on their boards for later reference. Make lists by using some simple text on the image, multiple items or frames within the image, or detailed descriptions with steps listed out. You might also want to try how-to pins. When people are considering different ideas for things, they'll save the pins that are most helpful when they're ready to act. Featuring instructions or a step-by-step guide also shows pinners that they can actually do what it is that you're promoting. Remember to use these tips as suggestions, not necessarily as a checklist. You may not always want to use every tactic, but we hope this video will help you think through when you should. To learn more about building awareness and increasing clicks, be sure to check out the other videos in the series too.